This is merely a rumor, so I don't want to pretend like it's 100% confirmed. I don't even want to pretend like there's a high probability that this movie will indeed happen. But the big rumor, I'm reading this courtesy of comicbook.com, Sony wants Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire to reunite for Spider-Man 4. Holy crap! Now, like I said, this is a rumor, this is reported, but uh, we know for sure that Sam Raimi is directing Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. That's a fact. And another rumor, this has way more probability that Tobey Maguire will make a very special brief appearance as Peter Parker, the original Peter Parker, in this film. Maybe it will be a starting off point to him getting his own film, or maybe it'll just be a nice moment, a nice Easter egg, and then we'll all move on. But I want this to happen. I do. I I can't not think about it now. It's all that I'm thinking about now ever since I saw the headline, ever since I read this article. Hell, this is something that I have been wanting since it was supposed to happen way back in 2011, and instead Sony decided to reboot the franchise and they gave us Amazing Spider-Man, which I'm not going to knock Andrew Garfield. I'm not even going to knock those two Amazing Spider-Man films because they had good qualities about them. There are moments in those movies that I enjoy, but overall I would have preferred to have gotten Spider-Man 4 and 5 with Tobey Maguire, and this is an opportunity to sort of right the wrongs that happen with that franchise. And Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy is something that I talk up as some of my favorite comic book superhero movies of all time. I know that when you say that, especially in the current era of Marvel movies, people laugh at that, they scoff at that. A part of me understands, especially when you bring Spider-Man 3 into the conversation, but let's think about this. Let's think about what can Sam Raimi do. We will see what Sam Raimi can offer a superhero movie in today's modern age with Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, but what would he do with a Spider-Man movie today? How does he personally want to sort of win the fans of that original trilogy back? What would he do with an older Peter Parker? This is something too that is we can take advantage of the fact that Tobey Maguire is older now. We've very rarely seen an older Peter Parker in the comic books, and this is something where we can see Peter Parker and Mary Jane married by this point. They could have a child, which is something that we've seen in the books before. He can be a teacher as far as the profession goes, and he can be such a wise Spider-Man that I don't want him to get killed off. But if you use his movie, if you use Spider-Man 4 to introduce Miles Morales and then spin off a Miles Morales movie from that is potential. That is furthering a future franchise spinning off of the original Spider-Man movies. Because I know some people are thinking, well, wait, what would a Spider-Man 4 accomplish? What could we really get out of a Spider-Man 4 movie? Well, I just told you. We could introduce Miles Morales and we could start doing pretty much what the video games have done. Yes, that means Miles won't be connected to the MCU timeline, but to create a multiverse and to say that Miles just exists on an alternate dimension isn't too far fetched. It's very congruent to where Miles was created. Some people might be wondering, what about Tom Holland? What do we do with the Tom Holland movies? Are we just done with them? I know that his Spider-Man 3 is his last contracted Sony film. He has one more Marvel movie, I believe, in his contract, like a big ensemble, whether it's Avengers or just making an appearance in somebody else's film. I still would like to see more Tom Holland films. I would. I've heard interviews, I've seen interviews where he's said he's willing to do more movies if he's just asked. Just ask the dude and he'll do it. So why not? Why not just have two separate universes of Spider-Man movies going on at the same time? Tom Holland can be your Spider-Man for the MCU and he can go on his adventures that he needs to go on, and then any fans that long for something different, that's where the Tobey movie comes in. It can just be a one and done to get that closure. And as far as who I would like to see as a villain, I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Lizard. I know they already did the Lizard in The Amazing Spider-Man, a version of him that I wasn't 100% thrilled with, especially the way that he looked. We already had Dylan Baker playing Dr. Connors in a couple of the Spider-Man movies, setting him up, and we never got that. So I think if you give us maybe two villains, having him be one, and hell, let's have Black Cat be another, because I believe Black Cat was supposed to be one of the villains in the Spider-Man 4 film that was supposed to happen oh so long ago. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you like this idea of a Spider-Man 4 happening with Tobey Maguire, with Sam Raimi, or do you not like it? Are you thinking, let's not bring this back, we've moved on, you want more Tom Holland and just Tom Holland? If you would like to see a Spider-Man 4 with the original cast, how would you write it? What would you want to see from it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Oh yeah, today I feel Super Bowl. Feel it in your mind and you lose control. Feel it in your breast and you super soul. I don't say it a lot, but I know you